In this project, I'm going to show you how to paint this bear. I'm going to be using the Kimple Intense Translucent colors. For this area here, I used plain acrylic colors. You can use any acrylic. I'm not too picky about my acrylics that I use. I found that they all work the same. Step one is to prime and base coat your piece. I used Kimple's primer and I base coated this item in white. Using Kimple's Ebony, begin coating the piece. You're going to coat the face, the entire face, and most of this I'll show you where actually we can do it now, around the tree. There's a sky here that we will not do. Using cotton rags, start pulling back. And with the Kimple colors, if you've watched my other videos, I've mentioned how easy they are to work with. If you got interrupted on this, you could walk away from this and come back and still be able to work the color. So with the Kimple colors, you're never in a hurry. You can take your time, and I really enjoy using them. Another color similar to the Kimple colors are fashion hues, and those work very similar to the Kimple colors. So you're going to wipe this back. Just keep working it. Keep switching to clean parts of your rag. This is the best I could get it, and so now I'm going to use my favorite product to help pull back. It's Americana's Drying Time Extender. So take some of it, put it on your rag, and I rub it around your rag, and then just very lightly, you really just need to get it just a little bit wet, rub it all over, and the minute it touches it and it gets wet, it's going to help pull back the color. This is the only product I use. I've tried almost all other products to help pull back, and I just find that this one works really easy. As soon as a little bit of the product touches it, it's going to pull it back really nice. So I've gotten it wet. Switch to a dry part of your rag and just go over it again. This is what it looks like pulled back. I'm going to cover up the head with a cloth. That way, while we're working this area, I can touch this without having to worry that it'll get dirty. I'm going to paint this area pink. I also outlined around her dress in Kimple's Burgundy. Next, use a rag and start wiping back. Paint the bottom of her dress in pink. For the bricks, paint them in Kimple's Mushroom. And after you paint them, pull back. To make the lines stand out more, I put some drying time extender on a Q-tip, and I'm going to just go over where the lines are and get it wet. And this extender is going to help pull back and just highlight the little lines. This is what it looks like going over the edges with the drying time extender. For the rest of it, I'm just going to be using an acrylic color. I mixed up a lavender, and for the brush, I'm using a round tip. And to do this, you just want to just kind of a couple times just flatten it out. You're just getting off a little bit of the excess paint. And then the angle that you want is a really strong angle. Think of scraping a peanut butter jar. And so you just, at that really strong angle, you just start brushing the acrylic color on. And then it's going to leave that nice dark underneath as a highlight. Using green, just gonna again at that strong angle go over the areas I want to be green. Using a lime green, go over this area. Using the same pink as the dress, start going over the flowers again with that strong angle. This is what it looks like, all painted in the acrylics. For the bear's body, I'm going to be using Kimple's walnut, and then on top of the walnut, I'm going to apply amber. It's going to warm it up really nice. Paint the walnut on full strength. Cover up all the white areas. Using your cotton rag, start pulling back. Over the middle part of the arm, go over it in Kimple's amber, and this is going to give it a nice warmth. And I'm only going to do the middle. I want the brown to be on the edges. Take your rag and pull back again. Around all the edges on the arm, on the entire body, I'm going to go back over it in Kimple's ebony. Just going to do a small section to show you. Paint it on full strength. Taking your rag, Gonna go back over it, and this time you're gonna make an up and down motion and just blend the brown and the black together, and it's gonna leave a nice shadowing around the edge. So do that to everything. To highlight these lines more, I'm gonna use a Q-tip with that drying extender on it. Get my Q-tip wet, and then just wet the lines. And then just keep working this, and it's going to help pull back those lines and really make them nice and white. For the face, cover it in Kimple's Walnut, the entire face. Using a rag, start pulling back. Using Kimple's Ebony, go back over around this crevice, the eyes, and around the nose, and then pull back. Using Kimple's Angel Flesh, go over this round part of the face, the eyes, and I guess that's it. I mean, you can obviously do whatever you want, but that's what I'm going to do. Again, paint it full strength. Using a clean rag, start wiping back, and this time, since it's going to be the top layer, just kind of use a gentle motion. Just take your time and start pulling back. I'm going to work this. Using Kimple's Primrose, I'm going to get a little bit of it on my rag, smooth it out, and I'm going to rouge it on the cheeks. And then for the ears, I'm going to paint it on full strength, and then using a Q-tip, pull back. Go over the nose in Kimple's Ebony, paint it on full strength, and then pull back with a Q-tip. This is what the face looks like. The last step is to paint the eyes, and I'm going to do those in an acrylic black. The final step on the eyes is to put a little white dot in the 2 o'clock position on each eye. This is the finished piece. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, and it inspires you to try out either the Kimple or the Fashion Hue colors.